Again, there was a tie in the position of the first runner-up. Incredible. And winners. We come to the winners of the 22nd cycle of the Inter-School Environmental Public Speaking Competition. And it gives me great pleasure to announce Dubai National School Al-Barsha Girls as the overall winner of the 2022 cycle.
Is everyone ready?
Yes.
Why is it when we consider environmental risks, we prefer to think of vehicles and smokestacks rather than dinner? Regardless, a fact to consider is that our insatiable appetite for meat is one of the greatest threats to our planet. Agriculture is one of the most significant contributors to climate change, emitting more greenhouse gases than all of our cars, trucks, trains, and airplanes combined. Given the fact that the global agricultural production has doubled 4 times between 1820 and 1975, a recognizable detail.
Today, roughly 94% of all animals farmed for human consumption are raised on factory farms. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is called industrial animal agriculture, which is the mass industrialization of the breeding, raising, and slaughter of animals for human consumption in a way that is truly meant to increase productivity while decreasing expenses.
To say the least, we've lost critical habitat by destroying grassland and woodland for farms, with 91% of the Amazon forest land already destructed. You want more numbers? We got you. According to the UN Food and Agriculture Organization, 1/3 of the planet's farmable land is occupied by crops for livestock feed, and almost 1/3 of the world's water is being consumed due to animal products. Isn't it mind-blowing to discover that the production of just one hamburger through its different supply chain milestones requires enough fossil fuel to drive a small car 20 miles?
Not to forget waste management issues resulting from unethical animal practices are proven to have extreme consequences on the environment. This industry alone is responsible for 14.5 to 16.5% of greenhouse gas emissions and accounts for 36% of methane emissions, which are proven to have 80 times more warming power than CO2. Nowadays, animals on commercial farms are cramped so close together that they create more manure and waste than the earth can absorb as fertilizer, and instead polluting rivers and groundwater severely. The birth of this industrialization stems from the need for food security. Hence, it can be no surprise that demand towards meat production in our current generation is undoubtedly the catalyst for industrialized animal agriculture.
With rates of urbanization constantly expanding worldwide, supermarket retailing is developing rapidly, reaching rates of 20% per year in countries like China, India, and Vietnam. This has a significant influence in food consumption patterns in general and demand for animal products in particular.
New records for meat consumption are reached every year, including the average consumer eating about 100 kilograms of red meat and poultry products throughout the year of 2018 in the US. With this kind of growth in demand, more than 1/3 of the raw resources and fossil fuels utilized in the United States are used to raise animals for food.
Such high demand for animal products, coupled with very little resistance or regulations on meat production, means the economy is a factor that fuels the industrial animal agriculture. Agricultural production has risen in most parts of the world, particularly in the last 50 years, by improving output per unit of land, despite a rather slow expanding land base. This enabled real agricultural production growth of about 2.3% per year and resulted in an agricultural supply that is greater than agricultural demand, to the extent that farm commodity prices turned it down significantly relative to prices generally in the economy.
With current advancements in the technology, there are bound to be innovative solutions to this critical problem. One such solution is cultivated meat, in which scientists create meat through taking small cells of animal cells and growing them in a controlled environment through manipulation of cell density and shaping techniques.
This enables us to provide as much as billions of pounds of the world's meat supply, which means a small island can serve up beefy platters at the same cost and efficiency as a continent with wide plains, promoting both SDG 2 and 12. Moreover, since developing the first prototypes, companies have been able to reduce production costs by 99%.
Alternatively, the production cycle for animal products itself may be sustainably revolutionized. The key to meeting global demand for animal products without imposing harms on the environment lies in developing and maintaining fertile and rich soil. In doing so, it then acts as a very effective carbon and methane sink.
Methanotrophic bacteria found only in pasture soil can oxidize 30 million metric tons of the methane that the cattle emits per year, a process which does not occur in industrial farms, therefore promoting SDG 13 and 15. Furthermore, every step in the natural grazing process enhances soil fertility, from eating across the pasture to releasing manure. Even while smoking in soil, the waste of the cattle aids in decomposing materials that fertilize the soil.
However, to raise cattle by grazing will also mean such high demands for meat production, an efficient strategy for grazing must be adopted. The solution lies in the concept of rotational grazing. That means moving cattle in rotation from paddock to paddock. If well managed, such a grazing program can increase quality forage production by 30 to 70% each year, thus reducing production costs.
In addition, livestock production has increased by 15 to 20%, and some 330 permanent jobs have been created through processing of machinery and production services. Groundwater quality may benefit as well. Rotationally grazed land does not require as many nutrient inputs, which decrease the contaminants entering groundwater, which in return would reduce the blue water footprint.
Furthermore, excess animal manure may be used to replace the burning of fossil fuels, thus reducing GHG emissions. By utilizing the anaerobic digestion of bacteria to transform solid manure into liquid form, methane gas is released within a controlled environment and then collected and transformed into biogas.
Producing energy in this way will not only contribute to energy security, but also offers an opportunity to cut carbon emissions by up to 13 million metric tons, which in return reduces climate change.
You see, the solution does not have to be that we boycott meat. Most environmental campaigns call for a complete revolution in our lifestyle choices as the only way to help our planet heal.
And while we absolutely do need to rethink and restructure our lifestyle demands, it is in fact possible to effectively revive our planet by maintaining our harmful production practices, by trading our harmful production practices and habits for more sustainable ones. Is it costly? Yes. Is it
Labor intensive? Yes. Is it worth it? You decide.
And the winner of the 22nd cycle of the Inter-School Environmental Public Speaking Competition for the topic Water Security and Food Security Correlated is Dubai National School Al Barsha Girls.
Yes. The rest?
Okay, yes.
Everyone?
Mine is open, yes.
The mass is not open yet.
Neither is Mira's. Okay, is everyone ready?
Yes. Okay.
All mics opened?
Yes.
Yes. Welcome to the era of discrepancies in which the world is connected via blockchain, digital currencies, and metaverse. On the other side of this world, around 9 million people die of hunger-related diseases, and nearly 1 million perish from drinking unsafe water every year. UN estimates that water scarcity currently impacts 3.2 billion people, with 1/6 of the world's population living in severely water-constrained agricultural areas, thus affecting food resources. In addition, over 60% of irrigated croplands are subject to high water stress.
With a growing population, the freshwater resources available per person have declined by over 20% in the last 2 decades. A combination of factors including climatic patterns, water stress, use of bioenergy, and unemployment have historically affected the global food supply. The UN reported concerns about the impacts of food insecurity, such as fluctuating food prices, deforestation, and thus affecting economic and social stability. Ethiopia, Nigeria, and Yemen remain the countries of highest concern.
Therefore, as global citizens, we are held responsible to find sustainable solutions to resolve food and water security challenges. AgriTech Hub is your designated destination where we analyze data and propose solutions on global challenges and hence achieve the UAE's initiatives for the future. Influenced by the United Nations WAPA program, we collect database for monitoring agricultural water production in real time. In addition to the global WASAC program, we accelerate the enhanced capacity with adaptation of agriculture to water scarcity. Join us on our mission to discover solutions for the most challenging problems of our time.
Let's launch into the Future Smart Foods Room, where we will reveal the hidden secrets of the neglected gift of Mother Earth. As the world's population rises rapidly from 7 billion to more than 9 billion by 2050, food production and accessibility must expand to meet the rising demand. The current crops use puts a strain on the water supply as related to SDG 2. Therefore, in compliance with the UAE's National System for Sustainable Agriculture, which aims to achieve a 15% annual reduction in water use for irrigation of a production unit, we urge to encourage polyculture farming and silvopasture to sustainably meet the production demands, and most importantly, promote the future smart foods.
More than 40% of our daily calorie intakes comes from 3 crops, which are rice, wheat, and maize. Today, we will spread awareness on drought-tolerant future smart crops, cactus pear, and quinoa. Some countries have already taken the initiative and started growing these crops, such as Peru and Bolivia. They grow 80% of the quinoa produced in the world.
Such a shift is economically promising, with expected increase in the GDP of producing countries and higher profitability due to the lower cost of production. The analysis of production factors reveal that natural resources are more sustainable for such crops, in which 80% less water is needed for planting cactus pear and quinoa in comparison to rice. Such crops offer better remuneration and yield under both rain-fed and irrigated cultivation. Enterprise plays a major role in promoting quinoa and cactus pear-based food. Consumers will only accept the shift when they are served with healthy yet appealing recipes that are based on such sustainable crops.
A new Innovation Award 2021, initiated by Professor Fiona Duhan, isolated novel species of bacterial and fungal endophytes from populations of crop species, then inoculated those species with novel endophytes that significantly increased the crop yields. This innovation can lead to more sustainable farming and to greater crop yields to feed the growing global population, matching with the UAE's food security agenda.
In the realm of diminished food loss, we come to terms with our responsibility to be the gatekeepers to end childhood hunger. Statistically, 1/4 of fresh water and 1/3 of food produced globally is wasted, never to be consumed. Inspired by Finland's leading strategies on food security, including regenerative agriculture and biotechnical food production, food and water loss must be minimized in order to improve food security by helping the global food loss to reduce water footprint on globally produced food by 13%, which aligned with SDG 12. UAE's National Food Security Strategy 2051 seeks to eliminate hunger by guaranteeing year-round access to safe and sufficient food across the world.
One suggested solution is Winnow, an AI-powered system that's designed to identify food that rot in the near future, track the food being thrown away, and generate analytics that allows the market to see what's being wasted the most and accordingly predict demand. This allows them to make smarter decisions, thus reduce waste by up to 40%. Another solution is increasing investment in developed countries to reduce post-harvest losses. Investing in cost-effective solutions can reduce food waste by 45 million tons per year, resulting in $73 billion annual net financial revenue. Consequently, less food waste can reduce greenhouse gas emissions, affecting climate change, thus addressing SDG 13 and UAE plans and strategies.
In the Blue Wonders room, you will dive into the charge of the ocean and witness the integration of marine sustainable development and green growth. Society's growing needs for ocean-derived food fuels their growth in the next generation's blue technologies in compliance with Abu Dhabi's Economic Vision 2030. Our goal is to double the gross products by 2031 and for the blue economy to contribute 40% of that total, thus addressing SDG 14.
The Sustainable Blue Economy Initiative will be highly supported, through a meaningful step towards leveraging the immense power of oceans to achieve economical and environmental goals in line with the UAE's aquaculture pulse. Bluepreneurs investing in advanced marine biotechnology improves marine renewable energy and enables the sustainable growth of the blue economy.
Real-time data collections will be improved by a powerful IT infrastructure to optimize production and boost economic growth.
Microalgae cultivation, utilizing nutrients in wastewater to support its own growth and leading to bioremediation of these waste resources, will meet the population's need for a more sustainable food supply to reach the expected increase in protein demand and serve as a potential source of biofuels. In short, the Agritech Hub will turn the discrepancy of this era into an opportunity by adopting technology advancements to correlate food and water security solutions. Because every life matters, this hub is meant to be a lifesaver that will decrease hunger deaths by 20% and achieve SDG 3 of good health and well-being.
We are done.